Hello and welcome to this Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play with me, SLJRPG. In the last episode, we saved Norton, we got some sheep, we did some perusing around here in the North Highlands, but the village's Orbal van has broken down. We've been asked to retrieve the man who lives at Lake Lamora, or Lamara, in order to see what he is. So, we're going to ride out to the region. I will see you guys once we head to the lake. So here we are coming up to the lake. I fought some of the monsters on the way, nothing too crazy. But let's head towards the lake and see the hermit. At least we made it far as the lake. Is he home? It would seem so, because his boat is there. Well, boats of the wharf of the garage door is open. Say it's likely. We should see him at once. There's a car there as well. So we're going to dismount here because there is no enemies in this section. There's probably a good...
Beautiful.
It is pretty beautiful.
Breathtaking.
My guess is there's probably a fishing spot around here. Somewhere at least. Any fishing spot? Any fishing spot? No fishing spots there. Nothing too much of cautious there. So let's just make our way back. You know, I'm going to grab my horse because I feel like I've come off a bit too early. Preemptively off. We should hook up.
Let's get going.
Hook them up at the actual house itself as we come close. So let's dismount here. Let the horse look at the nice little parade. See down here if there's any sort of fishing spot.
Man, I'd love to get in a little fishing here.
Well, no one's stopping you.
Is there a fishing spot?
This looks like a nice...
Here we go, a nice spot. We only get 3 courses. I'll do the first one and then I'll show you the rest. I'll go off camera for the rest, like I normally do. Oh, it's a big boy. There we go, as this should be a new one for us.
That's a catch.
A rainbow trout, it certainly is. Oh my god, that's a great catch. Right, I'm going to use my rest of my fishing. So we did pretty well there. Let's go ahead and knock on the cabin door. To leave Erebonia would be a thing, so I'm guessing it will give us the option here. Someone's inside, I suppose it must be the man we came to see. But he just came back from fishing. He doesn't seem to want for much. What are we going to do? It will advance the evening. We've already done all we need to do, so let's go ahead and knock on the door. Open, come in. No. Elisa? Excuse us then. It definitely is going to be Elisa's father, or someone related to Elisa. He's pretty goddamn old. Hey, it's good to see you again, sir. Well, if it isn't Gaius, I haven't seen you for around half a year. Little Lisa's here too. I don't think I've seen your face in 5 years now. Wait, what? Could this be... Granddad? What are you doing here? Haha, one of the main proponents of the Orbal Revolution, not a big fan of it. Guess this wants to be introduced. Let me give you a proper welcome. Gwyn Reinford. Elisa's favourite granddad. Pleasure to meet you all, Class 7. Honour to meet you, sir. I'm Rein Sports, sir. Emmer Milstein. Juices Alboreer. Promising group of young folks, if there ever was. Bet you've done a lot of growing up in the last 5 years. You're taller and bigger. Does this old man's heart good to see you've eased become? Oh, she's going to be angry.
Grandfather, please. Forget about me. What have you been doing here? When did you disappear from her? I'd never have believed it if someone had told me this is where I'd find you. You have any idea how worried I've been?
I send you letters a couple times a year, don't I? Of course, I read all the ones you give to Sharon, too.
Still, have you been here the whole time?
Just about. I don't stay year-round. Half a year travelling around the continent, seeing friends or visiting the Empire.
I see. Mr. Reinford, would you mind asking how you knew about our field study? He raises an excellent point. Almost seems as though you're expecting us to pay you a visit.
Well, it's just a coincidence it broke down when it did. Ever since Irina told me you were coming, I figured I'd see you at some point.
You still talk to Mother?
Yes, though just the bare minimum. The girl's zeal for her work borders on unhealthy. What did I ever do to turn her into such a workaholic? Who knows, man?
Elisa?
We're done with our coffee. Let's head over to the settlement and take a look at the truck. Just wait outside a bit while I go grab my tools. Actually, I caught a few good-sized trout. Can you take them over to the settlement with you? Of course. So Gaius would have known that the dad was there, right? So that's the former chairman of Reinford. Knew him by name, but he's far more light-hearted than I would have guessed.
He seems very easygoing. You can say what you really think. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Everyone loves him because he's laid back and approachable, but mostly he's capricious and irresponsible. 5 years ago, we just... Elisa. Never mind. Let's go get going. As soon as he's ready, we'll head back to the settlement. Alright. Wait for him by the garage.
We're just gonna go straight to the thing, because I've done my fishing. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Look at that for some scenery. But let's head over here. Gaius, should we go back to the settlement?
You're on pretty good terms with my grandfather, then.
Something like that. We've only known him for a couple of years. All of us in the settlement owe him a lot, myself included. We're good to go. Would you mind if I ride with one of you?
Grandfather?
You aren't driving? Engine's been acting up lately, so I'd rather not. Could you pass? Hope a chance to get to know my granddaughter's classmates a little bit better. Rean, got room for one more up there? It would seem that I do.
Why did he have to pick Reen? You better not be giving him any funny ideas.
I'm sure that isn't the case.
Feel a bit more at ease if you'd focus on the Reens, though.
How's little Sharon doing these days? Heard she's recently starting working at your dorm. That's right, I haven't had too much time to get to know her. Seems really skilled at what she does. Oh, she very much is. But more importantly, she's real cutie. Sure has that lovely reserved air. There's a playful side to her too. Wish you'd sign on my personal mate, that'd be the life. Yeah. The Ember girl is really nice too. Got those glasses, let your hair down. That hair you want her to let down. She's a class press material to boot. Smothering homeroom hottie if I ever saw one. Bit weird you're talking about 16-year-olds and you're like super old. Can't really say that I disagree with you, but if you don't mind me asking, why did you never tell Lisa you were here? Tell me, Reen, what kind of girl do you see her as? Well, say she's a real hard worker in great many respects. I've no doubt of it. Good looking, polite, and well mannered as any noble's daughter. Intelligent, and cool comes naturally to her. It's not some persona she forces. Yeah, I'm amazed at how effortless she seems to make it seem. And yet, she has a habit of trying to resolve everything without relying on anyone else for support. Sure it hasn't escaped your notice of a canny young man like yourself. It does feel like that sometimes, yeah. She's kind and her sense of duty compels her to always see things through. But she always keeps everything bottled up. Like she never ever wants to let on to anyone that she needs help with a problem.
I'm Elisa R. from Roar. It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it. Just if anyone knew, it'd make things awkward, and I don't want that.
I have a feeling the relations between her and her mother caused her to end up that way. To me, Pacific, the conflict between the two of us. Huh? That's why I didn't tell her where I was. I leave it up to her to fill in the details about that. I'm sure once you two get on a bit closer, she'll tell you on her own. A bit closer? I have a feeling there's a critical misunderstanding going on. Oh, is that so? Then there was a little something going on between you two after seeing your name come up in one of her letters. Well, we did have the unfortunate accident at the start of the year, but that was all it was. We eventually got it sorted and nothing's really happened since. An accident? Did you accidentally collide with her on your way to school, causing her to drop the toast she held between her sweet lips? That dust cleared, did you two find yourselves sprawled on the ground in an unlikely yet heart-racing position? It's a really oddly specific question, but I don't know what kind of heart-racing position you're. So something did happen. Tell old Gwyn here all about it, about every last detail. Bit weird. That is your granddaughter.
Grandfather, please.
Dirty old men, a trope of all Japanese games. Cool shot. Does this mean we're going to see someone on the horizon?
Hey, isn't that...
The girl from...
Ooh, it's those military academy students. I wonder what they're doing all the way out here.
Who knows?
Oh well. Looks like things are gonna start getting interesting.
Probably. First time we've seen her face.
Okay, let's get this mission started. Sheesh. Gramps and the others can be so unreasonable sometimes.
Interesting. I still have nothing. I still don't know anything about this lady, so... The night the people of settlements held a banquet at the eldest house for Gwyn and Norton. Nice. Feels like Norton kind of pushed her luck, but a whole family feast sounds good. Fish as well to boot. Don't know what to do without you, Gwyn. Here's to you, my friend, and to you. Come, Lachlan, this place is gonna drink itself. Yes, yes. Can still hardly believe it. Fighting the famous Gwyn Reinford and out in the sticks like this. You know him? Of course. He sees the opportunities of the Orbital Revolution to make Reinford the industrial powerhouse it is today. He's only gotten bigger since his daughter took over. The Reinford Group was originally an arms manufacturer, making their name on firearms. They underwent a massive expansion of their lineup and started working on orbital weapons and railways. I suppose that's what it must look like to the nobility. The company does all its business across the continent, not just domestically. Gwyn has a refreshingly international outlook for an Erebonian. I see. I knew he was a keen man. I didn't realize he was that famous. Real mystery is why someone would walk away from that in the first place. So maybe say he got ill and had no choice, but look at him. He's a picture of health. So maybe there's some truth to the old rumor after all. Oh? What do you mean? Something I heard a long time ago. No real proof, but we're the Imperial Corner on in the business of printing baseless speculation.
Elisa? Oh, I think my ears are bigger than my stomach. I'm gonna go and get a little fresh air.
Alright. Elisa?
Rain, she's gone out for some fresh air. Would you mind going and keeping her company?
Not at all.
Why me? You're the class president, and you'll make for better company. Trust me, I think you're the best man for the job.
If you say so. Alright, I'll be back. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm such an idiot. What am I even doing?
Look at the view. Isn't it amazing?
So pretty.
You too. Come on. We need to get going. We're running behind schedule. No, let them have their fun. It's not often you get a day off like this. Why not try and relax?
Elisa?
Oh, Reen. Well, what are you doing out here? Did you eat too much?
My mouth says no, but my stomach's thinking yes. You doing okay? You seem a bit unsteady there.
Nothing like that. I'm just feeling a little out of it. I'm just going to stay out here for a while and get some fresh air. Then I'll be Whoa! Sorry about that.
See? What did I tell you? We've been riding all day. I'm not surprised you're feeling tired.
We have done a lot.
Riding a horse really takes it out of you.
I guess you're right. Why didn't that occur to me before?
Hey, Elisa. Look up at the sky.
Huh?
It's pretty goddamn pretty.
Wow.
You know, I didn't even notice it last night because we turned in so early. But now that we know, if you're out here to get some air, better to take in the starlight than look at the ground, right?
You're right.
Interesting. They're really pushing Elisa down your heads. I don't know why anyone would choose someone else different, but you know, it's one of those.
My father was a technician. 8 years ago, he passed away. My family was never really the same after that. Mother was director of the company back then. She focused all of her energy on making the Reinford group even bigger. She used to treasure our family, but after that, it's like she could barely spare a thought for us.
Some family trauma.
She did seem like a talented businesswoman when we met her. Well, more than talented to run the Reinford group.
What you saw in Ruhr Station was just a watered-down version of her normal intensity. We'd be able to have dinner together maybe once every 3 months, and that's being generous. But at least I wasn't alone. Grandfather and Sharon were always there for me.
That's how it was, huh? I guess you've known Sharon for a long time then.
Yeah, my mother hired her about 7 years ago. Being a Reinford and all, I never had many people I could really call friends when I was young. The nobles looked down on me, of course, but the common people treated me like I was different from them, too.
Which is kind of fair.
At least with my grandfather and Sharon around, I never felt totally alone. Grandfather introduced me to all kinds of different hobbies, like horseback riding and playing the violin. Sharon taught me self-defense and archery, and all the high society etiquette expected of a lady. Meanwhile, my mother kept expanding the company completely against the wishes of my grandfather, the chairman.
I see. Though, hasn't Reinford always been a big industrial company?
Kind of, yeah. Even back then, they took on projects in all fields, from steel mills to railway construction to guns and tanks. It's not surprising there are people out there who like to call the company a merchant of death.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, arms dealers, basically.
I can't say I completely agree with that side of the company, but I've never felt embarrassed or ashamed about it. But a few years ago, the Reinford group finally went too far.
What do you mean?
Those 2 railway guns set up in Gorelia Fortress on the eastern edge of the Empire? You know about those, right?
Yeah,
It's
I've heard of
crossbow.
them. They're supposed to have the longest range of any orbital cannon in the world.
I've only seen their spec sheets, but the destruction they're capable of is terrifying. Erebonia is still fighting with Calvert over Crossbell, and those guns are capable of targeting any point in Crossbell State. In just a couple hours, they could wipe Crossbell City and its 500,000 citizens off the map.
No way. That's way beyond being a weapon of war. More like an instrument of massacre.
I couldn't agree more. And neither could my grandfather, who supervised their construction. Even though my mother was the one who signed off on the project, my grandfather regretted it like the decision was his.
Interesting.
As he was hesitating over whether to hand them over to the Imperial Army, my mother betrayed him.
What?
She went behind his back and secured the support of all of Reinford's major shareholders. Everyone from Ruhr's ruling lord Marquis Ragnar to the top brass of the Imperial Army was on her side. In the face of such overwhelming pressure from all sides, my grandfather was forced to capitulate. He stepped down as chairman, and my mother wasted no time taking his place. That's when my grandfather decided to leave the company entirely. And me. I thought I'd
Seems
at
kind
least
of
have
fair.
Sharon on my side, but she just did whatever my mother told her to do. It's been 5 years since then already.
Oh. I think I get it now. Why she gets under your skin, I mean. It's not so much what your mother did, but how it ended up tearing your family apart.
Yeah. I couldn't believe my mother would betray her own father. I couldn't believe grandfather would take it without fighting back. I couldn't believe Sharon, who'd always supported me, watched it all happen without a word of protest.
Interesting.
It really drove it home to me. How big the Reinford group was now, and how small I was. I hated realizing it had become so large that corporate interests were stronger than family ties.
Which comes back to my bonding answer, I
Looking
think.
back, I guess that's when I decided I'd leave home and enroll in the academy. Even when I ran, I couldn't go far enough to escape my mother's shadow, or the Reinford name. Then I come here and find my grandfather happily enjoying a whole new life without a care in the world. When I stepped outside, I was feeling so lost, so frustrated, wondering what I'd been doing all this time.
Seems kind of fair to me.
But it's kind of strange, you know? I look up at the stars and it feels like I can escape the gravity of everything. I think I'm finally starting to understand why my grandfather chose to leave it all behind and move out here in the first place.
You really are strong, Elisa. Stronger than you realize.
It's been on the moves.
You were finally ready to talk about it. About your family and the company and everything. So, maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Maybe you're right. But I don't think I would have been able to if I hadn't enrolled at the academy. Meeting everyone in Class 7, the lacrosse club, you... I'm a better person for it. Your support has already made a difference. So, thanks. Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
Anytime. Though, truth be told, I came to check on you because Emma asked me to. Sorry to ruin the moment.
I thought that might be the case.
She's pushing for it.
There's always next time.
For what?
It's kind of strange to hear you tell me I'm strong, because I could say the same thing about you.
Yeah, you're both very
You always
interesting.
seem to get thrust into the role of leader, someone we can count on to keep us on track.
I guess running errands on all my free days is really helping me buckle down. Still, I feel like I've got a long way to go, especially when I keep running from myself.
Huh?
Remember back in Celtic? I said that I came to the academy to find myself.
Indeed.
But sometimes, I wonder if maybe I just wanted to get away. From my family, from myself.
Oh. Do you not get along well with your family?
Oh, I do. I'm not their real son, but my parents always loved me like I was.
Indeed.
My sister and I, we've had our differences, especially lately, but we still get along pretty well. No, the problem's just with me.
Rain. Still, I suppose the fact you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found
Nice.
what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Clever.
Who'd have thought I'd have the chance to feed you your own good advice so soon? I can't believe you can just say things like that with a straight face. Maybe being on the receiving end every now and then will do you some good.
Probably.
Alright, you got me. I admit defeat. But yeah, I guess I'm starting to figure things out. In my own way.
Indeed.
Maybe enrolling at Thor's was the first thing I'd done right in a long time. I ended up in Class 7. And now, all of us are out here like this, spending time together.
Yeah, I like that. I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world.
You becoming the elite unit.
So, wait, all of us?
You two were gone so long that we started to get a little worried.
No way! How long have you been listening?
Still, I suppose the fact that you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Stop! Green, he was the one who said it first. I was just repeating it back to him.
Oh, Elisa, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, you touched my heart.
I apologize for eavesdropping on you, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did.
How did I end up in the middle of this anyway? Fine, if that's how you want to play it. None of you are getting any sleep until you've shared all your most embarrassing secrets.
I don't think that's
What?
on.
I don't...
You wish.
Emma's the one that's hiding the most here.
Seems like you did well.
Honestly, I feel like she helped me more than I helped her. Hey, guys?
Hmm?
This is a really beautiful place.
Yeah. Ain't it?
Oh my god. Reen. Rosetta Arrow S-Craft, and we'll take that.
You're moving up in the world.
We certainly are moving up in the world.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Medal of Vigor.
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday, of course. Wow, we are, ladies and gentlemen. What a time to be alive. Oh, 255 hours. Ship's almost over. No sign of anything suspicious, or anything really. Why do I even do this every day? You know the point of a sentry is? Hey, you're early. You gotta get where I'm coming from. I understood if we were posting a crossbow, who's gonna start a war out here in the boondocks? You never know, right? Perhaps the fact you never expected should be the perfect place to start a war. General Vander says we need to stay alert. He knows the situation better than us. Big shots from 3rd Armored Division stationed in some backwater place. Because he wouldn't help with the Blood 9 Chancellor. Watch what you say. All the gossiping is how rumors get wings. Got things covered here? I'm gonna go get some sleep. Few minutes left of my shift, but you're here, so who's counting? Honestly. Wait, what's that? What the? What happened? Did they just get shelled? Who had the order to attack? No one. I've heard nothing of the sort. Zendergate needs to know about... What the? No way. An enemy attack? Where's it coming from? No. Adios. Okay. It's almost like this Cold War state between Calvard and Erebonia. And we're going to go ahead and save into a new spot. And then, actually, no, maybe this is a good point to say. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in Trails of Cold Steel. Peace.